All right, we back. Made it across here. So a little walk. Took me about 10 minutes to walk across here. That's why I decided to break this up into 2 videos, and plus I'm over here in the shade now. It's hot out there in the field. All right. Anyways, this is like I said in the previous video. This is the grain sorghum. This got planted 6-row strip till rig, set on 36 inches. Pretty. This across the end right here, we planted. Whenever we got done planting, going back and planting the skips I was talking about, we planted solid across the end, and I think it looks like we done. Looks like he done 2. Yeah, he done 2 rounds. He done 2 passes, so he made a round across the ends here. But as you can see, what we done, what we originally gonna do was we was going to do sunflowers and skips out here in the grain sorghum, and we got an 18-foot head that we cut with. So we used to cut wheat. We used to grow a bunch of wheat. We used to grow 7. We used to grow a good bit of wheat. 5 to 1,000 acres worth of wheat every year. So we had 2 grain combines at 18-foot heads. That's what we cut with, and most time we cut about 500 acres. We had enough for cover crop and all, but we grew enough to use for cover crop, and then maybe sell a little bit. But mostly just grew it for cover crop seed. But as I was saying, what we done is we went back and filled in the skips. And what I wanted to try to do, since we had a good bit of skips out here, that we left some 12 to 15 foot wide skips basically going across here, and come back and fill them in. We decided to come back in with the grain drill, since I had it out here planting the sunflowers, and I had just decided to play around with it some. So right here is one of those first skips, and this row, that's the single 36, and this is twin row. What we've done is took the hoses and on the multi-drill, and put the 2 outside ones into the rows next to it, and the 2 very middle ones into the rows next to those, and made twin row planter out of it. Basically, it's 27-inch skip between them 2 rows, and then a 9-inch both ways. So you're dead on true, 36-inch center twin row with a 9-inch middle. And as you can see, this was all the skips was planted a week after the main crop was planted, and you can tell it's the same size as the week older single stuff. And over here, it is actually ahead of this next round. It's actually pretty cool. But I personally, I like that. That is, you got a lot of shade. A lot less weed pressure like that. All right, got 2 skips planted like that. A little easier walking over here. Had a nice heavy dew this morning, so you walk through there. My pants are soaked right now. Well, started getting soaked, but had a nice dew on it. And let's get on over here. There's our next set of twin rows, and you can see it's just pretty. I really like how that looks. Well, if it was me doing it myself, this is my family's farm, but if it was me doing it myself, I think that's how I would plant. And that's the thing. What's funny, those skips are not ripped. All their skip that we went back and filled in, they're not ripped. They're just haired dirt. All the single, single 36, it was planted with a 6-row strip till rig. Wasn't pulling that deep, wasn't running but about 15 inches. Because like I said, this is cleaned up, pecan orchard. And there again, we got some more. That's more at twin row right there. And I don't know why we got a short row, a single 36. I don't know why. Something's wrong there with the planter, but Anyways, we got as soon as it's cleaned up the pecan orchard. We usually typically rip 18 inches or deeper with a strip till rig and shallowed it up to do this. All this got planted late, and there's not that many acres of it. We got about 200 acres up around Oakfield. Maybe about 100. About 150 acres up there around Oakfield planted. All right, now this, as you can see, it's a lot closer together. But all right, this here is 18-inch centers. That's 36. What I've done is I took every other hose coming across the machine and put it into the row unit next to it. And so basically combined outlets. And I've done that so that I could calibrate for one. I calibrated for the same, what was supposed to be the same population as what we planted with the 36-inch centers. They're supposed to be the same population. And it's a little bit thicker. Apparently we didn't have population set the same on the planted, but it's really good stand. This is very, very good stand here too, though, and I like this. This is 18-inch centers, like I said, and I mean, you can see as with the twin row, there's no difference between 18-inch centers and the 36. And this is a week behind. And say it again, this is a week behind being planted, and it's the same. Which, I mean, it got rain at the same time. That's what helped it the most, is they got the rain at the same time. So when we was planting this was already up. This was already about 4 inches tall when we started planting this. And like I said, it's a week behind, so it didn't that water just helped it tremendously. You can see this is a little bit shorter as you get up yonder, but like I said, what's amazing is this right here is not ripped. That's ripped. That's got a subsoil up under it. This don't. And I mean, that's just amazing to me how well it does without a subsoil. So I would love to try to do some no-till next year if we could, but we just need to see how things go. Definitely, with my experience this year with no-tilling, definitely need to spray. That was on me on the plots that I've tried so far. Next year, when I do it, I'm gonna try to fix up a sprayer that mount on from the tractor so I can spray as I'm going through there planting. But these next couple skips is at 18-inch spacing. Let's see. We'll walk across here. All right. Here's another. I mean, when you look down there, I mean, like I said, it's really hard to tell a difference until you get to looking. It's like, you know, the rows is closer. And so, and I don't know. I still don't know what happened there, but that one row out again. Don't know what happened there. But all right, I'm on one of these next skips. I can't remember if I've done 2 rows or 1 row like that. I can't remember if I've done 2 rounds or 1 round with the 18-inch centers. We'll get on across here and see. Again, okay, there's another set of 18s. Again, I like this right here. That's pretty. That to me is pretty. I like that 18 inches or the twin row. Both that's just pretty. And I really, if it was me doing some birds or something, you know, or trying to do food plots, I think the thing to do is to do. I think what I messed up with my other stuff with the soybeans is I had the full rate for this deal. I didn't cut it down. I had the full rate for this deal because I had a bunch of seed in there, you know. And I was doing about 50 pounds of soybeans. I don't think I had enough soybeans. I think I should have been up on my soybean population, and I should have been half on my grain sorghum population. I think it's this. I think I shaded out. That's basically what happened. I think I shaded out my soybeans with the sorghum. What happened in my other places? That and the soybeans got 8, and you can tell I didn't plant this. Somebody else was planting, and I was out here doing the testing with the roach basin. So this gap, we're just going to ignore the gap. And all right. Let's see. Get over here. That's some more of that 18-inch, and you can see it's just dry, sandy strip. And big old oak tree right there. And that's, you can see where these trees come out to the end, and as soon as you get far enough out from the end, it starts then. Which I mean that's anywhere. These trees here are small enough, the roots, and right here there was pecan trees here, and this was all clean. You could drive through here. It was nice and clean right here. Back here, where these smaller trees on the fence line, there's a lot of pine trees and all. So they was fighting. There's not that their roots don't really come out, and you could tell that their roots don't really come out that far out into the field, like it does starting right here, where you got this big oak trees coming out through here. And there's really no big oak trees going down that way. So, anyways, that's the last 18 strip. I'm fairly certain. What we're gonna do is we get over here, and we started out solid. We went from solid, started out over here planting skips, and went, that away. I started solid 18 twin row, and I really like how that twin row turned out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here, and we'll look at the solid, which you've seen some of that in the last video. So I just want y'all to be able to see. All right, see this right here, that's solid. And I mean, it's plenty. I mean, it's the same size almost as the 36-inch stuff. But I mean, the 1 week's difference. No ripping. I mean, this right here, real sandy, big oak trees. I mean, that's normal. But out here in the field, and this is where you start seeing a little bit of difference. When it's solid, I don't know if this is fine, and that's and two, I don't know if any of this got fertilized. I don't actually know if it got. I don't think any fertilizer got put out here. Unless it got put before it got planted, and it got aired the last time before it got planted. Possibly. I'm not sure. I'll have to check and see. But see, we got some nut grass coming in over here. That side pretty clean from the nut grass, because that side was mostly growed up scrub oaks and pine trees. That side stayed a lot cleaner, and this over here was still big, nice pecan trees. There was a lot of grass on this side, and you can tell this side kind of needs spraying. But I think we're gonna be fine, because you see some of this nut grass starting to head out. So it'll probably head out and die, and then sorghum will take over, or might have to come through here and mow it out. But if we mow it out, we'll wait till the sorghum heads out and mow it out, and then have bird feed. Yeah, but this is the 9-inch spacing, and I like this too. I think if you're gonna do a mix of stuff, I like the 18-inch. I think for that, or the twin rows. And I say the twin rows because the 18-inch stuff, I think you're going to get some height out of it. It's going to spread out. This right here, you're going to have some, because if you look down in here, not much weed pressure. The grassy stuff is really over here in the 36-inch. It's not that bad up in. We'll go back this way. We don't really have that much weed pressure where this stuff came up and covered the ground. And that's good, and that's what you want. And even up here, where the nut grass is thickest, over in 36, get over here, but you got to skip over here. But here, it's in there, but it just ain't as good a stand. And about half the size of what's out there in the 36-inch stuff. So, I like this stand. I like the 9-inch stuff. I would like to try some mixes. Like I said, I really want to try some mixes. I'm thinking about trying to buy some seeds and actually making some mixes this fall to try. If anybody's got some suggestions, I'd love to hear them. I would love to try some like oats, rye, Austrian winter peas. I don't know, maybe some red clover. And we'll just have to see. I'm not sure, but we'll have to see. I'd like to try a little bit of everything, really. One of the big things is down here in the south. Like today's kind of a cool day. It's probably one of the first cool days we've had. It's still hot. It's about 86, 87 degrees right now. And I mean, today is the 7th of September, yeah. 7th of September, so we're not gonna get a frost for another 2 months probably. Typically don't get a frost till middle of November. So sometimes we'll get one toward the end of October, but it'll be a light frost and it won't even stop nothing really. First real killing frost ain't till about the middle of November. Sometimes it's not till the 1st of December. So what we'd like to, we got the growing day. I'd like to try to plant something. Got some places pulling corn right now. I'd like to try to that patch from the previous video, the corn that we planted for the landowner to hunt over. I'd like to go back in there and plant something. Thinking some radishes, maybe do some tillage radish or something, and some kale, some big leaf turnip. Don't really want to try to do too much. We have a lot of wild yellow mustard around here. Wild yellow mustard will take over the field in a heartbeat. Especially if you growing wheat. If you got cows out in it, they'll eat it. They'll get rid of it. They'll eat that mustard down a lot of the years. Especially when you don't really see it much if you got a bunch of rye growing somewhere. That and the cows, they keep it ate down and everything. But if you got just a field of wheat, you ain't trying to grow. You can see this is all this nut grass. Like this is nice open orchard up this way still. So this right here, the slope is probably about where a tree was, to be honest with you. That and had a couple burn piles up this way. But anyways, if anybody's got any suggestions of what to maybe use for some mixes, I would love to hear from you. Like I said, I kind of wanting to try to find some Austrian winter peas, some oats, rye, do some wheat maybe. Wouldn't mind barley. According to the state of Georgia, Worth County is, the north end of Worth County is about as far south as you want to go planting barley in the state of Georgia. You need to go on over toward the Chattahoochee River. Kind of goes that angle back up the fall. If you look at the map, it's probably about 75 to 100 miles south of the fall line. That line just kind of follows the fall line going back over to South Carolina. So let's say you can grow barley this far south. Wouldn't mind trying to grow some. Might be something to look into. Just to have some. Barley's supposed to be real good feed value. And I mean, if you're gonna grow something, let's grow something to raise some cows on, you know. But I just typically really just want to try. We just want to try some new stuff, get some experience with some new seed. Like I said, South Georgia, you know, we just really ain't got that much experience with grain anymore. Most people got away from grain in the 80s and 90s. Most of the time it's just over here dry, sandy. Anyways, like I said, you know, most people in South Georgia got away from grain years ago, and cotton's king, peanuts is queen, and corn comes and goes. So, anyways, I'd like to try to see, just like to see what we can do, really. Be nice. Back over here with the mowed off sunflowers, where the deer just mowed them off, and the soybeans, what's left of them. Back there's cotton field, and about 45 acres. There's about 3 patches, 45 acres of cotton back here in 3 patches. And plenty of soybeans around the edges of them. I hadn't been back there to look at them, but yeah, this is. Hopefully this will be headed out before frost. I mean, hope it makes it that far. I think it will. It's pretty. I think the daylight changing, it's gonna start headed out. It's gonna get. I don't know. From what I remember, it ought to grow another foot probably before it heads out, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But there's some sunflowers didn't get mowed off, and some soybeans didn't get mowed off. Well, them sunflowers got some size before they got mowed off. You know, they walk. Whenever they got a taste for them, they just walk down the road and ate them. But I don't think they got enough time for these sunflowers to make heads in, but they might come back and make some heads. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll just keep an eye on this. But like I said, we're gonna keep trying. Learning experience, first year doing this. These sunflowers planted with some 2 outlet plates for planting corn. There's 20-inch center, 27-inch centers between each row up under the tractor, and then, you know, if you're planting 6 foot wide, 45 inches between this row and this row. The man wasn't exactly following his guess row the best in the row, so he got a little bit wide. You can see he got up there, got a little bit wide, but should have been 27 and 45. But I think the thing to do is to do twin rows. I really think that's what I'm gonna try to do next time. Is do some twin row stuff. This right here, see, got some sunflowers. The soybeans are down in the grain sorghum, so it didn't get ate off. It looks like he might have come through with the grain sorghum. Maybe one, no. I don't know what the deal is there with that extra row of grain sorghum. But these sunflowers are starting to come out. Got soybeans down there. Let's see. Oh, that one's got a purple bud in the top. But as you can see, there are soybeans out here. They just got 8 over there, and the stems rotted away. So look at that. Pretty little purple flowers. So, anyways, let's see where one of them burn piles was. Oh, got some sunflowers came up in the burn pile. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And there's some grain sorghum just now coming up. Finally got some moisture. There's some fruit, soybeans, sunflowers together there. I'm gonna walk over here and all this grassy stuff, but we'll head over here. Pretty sure the grain sorghum did get sprayed for weeds and grass. But this didn't because of the soybeans and the sunflowers in it. Mostly they was just gonna use these few rows, but wasn't worried about cutting it anyway, so we can leave it for the birds. But this over here got planted. Whatever was there. Yeah. So we'll have to see how stuff comes. Have to see how stuff comes together. It'll be nice to. I like the roots like the corn out like that. It's pretty cool. I wonder. I have to see if grain sorghum was related to corn like that. This is really a style that roots a lot like corn. You can see the weeds and the soil beans. Deer love sunflower. They mowed them off. So I think I next year I'd like to try to do a mix of stuff. I think that'd be the thing to do. We'll try a mix, and we'll have to find something we can spray as a pre-plant to kind of help keep the weeds down till everything gets up. Or I'm gonna talk to my uncle that owns this and see if he'll let me plant a bunch of rye and clover maybe out here. Might do that. Might do rye and clover together, or wheat and clover, and come through and roll it. Find an old yard roller or something maybe. After we come through with a drill and plant, roll it, and maybe just do this side of the road just to try this first time, or do this half patch, whatever. Just have to find, just have to play around with it. We'll see, and I'd like to see if we can do something like that. It'd be kind of cool. But weeds, just like most of deer plots, if I'd have sprayed it, we'd have been a whole lot better off. So that's a failure on my part, but drill did a very nice job. Very pleased with the stand we got, and you can see he planted down through the sorghum here. So, and the deer ate where the sorghum wasn't tall enough. The deer ate it every dog. And you get over here into the nut grass, but probably gonna be turkey heaven down here for somebody. Somebody who's hunting turkeys. But anyways, it's time to get back at it. Get on down the road. I've been had to go help them. Yeah, I got to spray. Next time I got to spray. So might see if we can just mow all this out and no-till cover crop into this. Don't try to hair it down. No-till cover crop, and then do pre-plant, spray, getting everything coming up. Just plant about April, May. Try to get ahead of everything, get the sunflowers up, and try a nice heavy mix next year. And I really want to try the 18-inch rows. I think that's gonna be the way to do a mix. I think that'll help get it some size on everything. That's what I noticed. The 9-inch rows, stuff ain't tall. That's 18, and but this side of the field, the 36s ain't as tall either. So, but I like the way I like what we got with the 18s and the 27. I mean, 18s and the twin rows. So, and I mean, do got the option of being able to do 27-inch rows. Thought about that too. Thought about trying some 27s, close to 30s. We already kind of we're planting some corn. Done really good. I liked it. And, playing on 30-inch centers with it. I'd like to take an 8-foot drill, 7.5 foot, but I'd like to plant corn on 27-inch centers too, because you can do 4 27-inch rows like that. I'd like to try that next year, and I might try some grain sorghum like that. It might be, and the sunflower might turn out pretty cool. But anyways, that's just down the road. We'll have to see. But I'm fixing to go here, and yep, time to get at it.